Oil prices have gone up, and that's really benefiting oil companies. I wanted to take a look at Chevron, which is one of the stocks that I own, and I wanted to redo my valuation. Simply put, when oil prices go up 34% over the course of 3 months, it's going to change the amount of revenue Chevron's going to bring in, the amount of profit they're going to make, and the amount of free cash flow they're going to rake in. So I wanted to change that valuation and reset what I think this company is worth. I'd like to share that analysis with you here on my channel. My name is Victor, and I share my analysis on companies on YouTube. And I'd really appreciate it if you can like my video and also subscribe to my channel. I'm going to share my process that I use as I invest in stocks and also the analysis that I just completed on Chevron. Chevron's over 100 years old, and they actually were a part of Standard Oil a long time ago. They're a fully diversified, integrated oil company, meaning they go find the oil wherever it is on Earth. They extract it, whether it's in the middle of the ocean or on land. Then they take that product and they bring it to a refinery, refine it into sellable products, which could include gasoline as well as other chemicals. And then they sell it to the marketplace. They get into other things, but that's mainly their business. When oil prices go up, these companies are incredibly profitable. Over the course of time, on average, they return a lot of capital back to investors in the form of dividends. Chevron pays a really nice dividend. And that's basically their business. I'm very comfortable with oil companies. I did work at an oil company way back when in accounting. So I understand the business. I understand that some years are going to be bad, but most years are going to be very good. I use a process to evaluate a company and determine if I want to keep buying stock or buy stock for the first time in a company, or not buy or sell the stock if I'm an owner. And it really goes through four key questions. The first one, do I want to be a part owner in the company, and do I like the industry? Do I think the management team is operating the business well? Is debt under control and less than 3x EBITDA? And I want a discount on the stock. That way I could see my investment go up in value. And based on the answers to those questions, I buy, hold, or sell. Oil prices have really gone up over the last 90 days. Over the last year or so, they've gone up 11%. But if you just go from the low point that happened here in June, really less than 3 months ago, they went up $25 a barrel, or 37%. So you think about that, that's 37% more in revenues that Chevron's going to earn in their exploration business. That's 37% more profits out of their exploration business and more cash flow. So that's a big tailwind for Chevron. I believe Chevron is discounted by 26%. And I get there by looking at their free cash flows that I expect the company is going to produce, and also look at their earnings per share. Another way of stating it is I believe the company stock is really worth about $211, but the market will sell it to you for $167. So it could go up another 26% before it gets to a fair price that I believe you would be paying for Chevron. The free cash flows I changed. It was a lower number. I did a video on Chevron a little over a month ago, and I had to increase it because of the rising oil prices. And that drove a 33% upside using free cash flows on Chevron. Earnings per share I also raised. Again, profits are going to go up. There's just no doubt about it because oil prices are higher. And it drove a 12% discount using the earnings per share method. I combine the two and get a 26% upside on Chevron. Another thing that I wanted to point out, return on invested capital, a real good 17%. I think a great company is 15% or higher. 17% looks great. The balance sheet is in great shape. They have very little debt, and they have a lot of EBITDA as well as cash on the balance sheet to use to pay off debt. Over the last 5 years, the stock has really gone up, especially starting in 2020. It really went up as oil prices went up as well. And really for the last couple of years, it's been a steady stock paying that dividend. But more recently, it's really gone up roughly about 12-14%. And I don't think that big jump in oil prices is fully priced into the stock just yet. I think it has more room to grow and to go up. I have a upside on the stock from 168. I think the stock is really worth $210 per share. So there is room for it to run. as we see these higher oil prices. Chevron is down 3% year to date, but it pays a dividend of 3.5%. So the money was made on Chevron from 2020 to 2022. That's where the money was made on Chevron. I have owned the stock for decades at this point. So it was good to see the stock go up a few years ago. And I think it's going to go up nicely here at the end of 2023. So looking at my scorecard for Chevron, I definitely want to be a part owner in this business. And I like the industry. The industry has volatility, but in good years, boy, it really rewards investors. And bad years tend to be cyclical. With low oil prices, economies tend to boom, so my other stocks do well. The company is very well run. I would argue the best management team in this industry, and debt is well under control, and a discount is offered on the stock. So I'm going to keep buying shares of Chevron. Chevron's a high quality company. They have a very high market cap. And the reason for it is so many investors like the company, and they're also more than 100 years old. I think they're going to do really well here at the end of 2023. And I'm glad I own their shares. I'll continue to accumulate shares because this is one of my long-term holds that I'm going to hold. Really, I don't see myself ever selling it. Thank you for watching my video. I appreciate it. I hope you found it interesting. I'd love to hear comments on what you think of Chevron. Tell me which oil company you like, and maybe guess at where you think oil prices are going to go. Do you think they'll go above $100 per barrel? That'd be interesting to hear comments around that. Anyway, please like my video and subscribe to my channel. I'd appreciate it. With that, let me wish you the best of success in investing in 2023.